He adored me for 9 goddamn years. Me!
I can see why.
Look, she has known him for what, like 5 seconds?
Welcome to Iconically Iconic. Hello, babes. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So today I wanted to talk about the character Jules, played by one of my 90s faves, Julia Roberts, and how much of a jealous, entitled, and manipulative friend she was, who only wanted Michael simply because he was in love with someone else and getting married. So let's get into it. Jules' decision to fight for Michael's love despite his engagement revealed a deeply self-absorbed and emotionally blinded character. She is so caught up in her own desires and insecurities that she fails to see the damage she could cause to the people around her, especially to Michael, who she claims to care about and is her best friend. Her motivations are selfish. She is not driven by genuine love, but by the fact that she's no longer the center of Michael's world. In her mind, losing her position as the #1 woman in his life is a wound to her ego, and she simply can't accept that. Kimmy, Michael's fiance, is younger, more naive, and sincerely wants to build a relationship with Jules. Kimmy even admits her insecurities about Jules and Michael's friendship, acknowledging that Michael places Jules on a pedestal.
He'll always be there in his mind, this perfect creature that he loved for all those years.
Well, perfection can get wearing after a while.
I'm not kidding. I had to face up to all of my competitive drives, and believe me, I got him.
No.
And after all, what, am I going to be jealous of you for the rest of my life? Our paths will keep on crossing.
Of course.
He'll always talk about you.
It's only natural.
And the answer was so simple.
I was gonna predict that.
You win.
I've missed a step.
He's got you on a pedestal. And me in his arms.
She's open and vulnerable, hoping to make Jules a part of their lives because she knows that she is important to Michael. But Jules sees this as a weakness and manipulates Kimmy's emotions for her own gain. Instead of appreciating Kimmy's honesty and good intentions, she uses them to further her plan to sabotage their relationship. Jules isn't just trying to break up an engagement, she's trying to break Kimmy as a person, and I believe it's because she sees in Kimmy a genuine happiness and sense of direction that Jules herself lacks. What makes it all the more damaging is that Jules doesn't just interfere in Michael and Kimmy's personal life, she even tries to disrupt Michael's professional relationships, causing friction between him and Kimmy's father. Jules' behavior crosses the line from petty jealousy to outright cruelty. If she truly loved Michael like she claimed she did, she would never want to hurt him so deeply. Instead, her actions reveal that her feelings are not about love at all, they are simply about control. She's angry that she's been displaced and is willing to cause irreparable damage just to reclaim her place in his life. It's also telling that Jules, who never seemed interested in marriage or a conventional life, suddenly becomes fixated on the idea when Michael gets engaged. So this isn't a genuine change of heart. She's driven by envy. Jules' manipulative tactics, like excluding Kimmy from conversations and trying to embarrass her by forcing her to sing karaoke, are nothing more than high school level mean girl antics. And her insistence that Michael has been in love with her for 9 years.
This is my whole life's happiness. I have to be ruthless. He was in love with me every day for 9 years. I can make him happier than she can. Yes, I am breaking her heart in the short run, but really doing her a gigantic favor.
Girl, please. She is in ultimate denial. Like, girl, get up. You're claiming that he's been in love with you for 9 years, but throughout those 9 years, you didn't care for him until you seen that he was getting married. She never imagined that Michael would find someone else, let alone fall deeply in love and get married. She was completely and utterly selfish. She doesn't just want Michael, she wants to be the only source of his happiness. And the fact that he fell in love with someone like Kimmy drove her crazy because that wasn't his type. and Jules was more of his type. Well, in the mind of Jules, that is. And I'm not saying she didn't have a right to be upset because he was getting married pretty quickly. And I do think that she did love Michael. But the truth is, Jules never deserved Michael, in my opinion. Her inability to see beyond her own feelings, her disregard for others' happiness, and her willingness to destroy lives out of spite made it clear that she's driven by possessiveness, not some great love that her and Michael share. Jules is the kind of character who is like a lot of people who don't want something until they see someone else has it. She always put her own desires first, and once she sets her mind on something, she'll stop at nothing to get it, even if it means hurting the people closest to her. And yes, she occasionally felt guilty about certain acts, but those fleeting moments of regret never excuse her manipulative and selfish behavior. Jules had a way of making everything about herself, completely disregarding the emotions and needs of others, especially when it came to Michael and Kimmy. She plays on the emotions of those around her, twisting situations to her advantage, all in the pursuit of what she wants. And a perfect example of this was when she lies to Michael about being engaged, in which it automatically shifted the attention away from Michael and Kimmy's engagement. And while it may not have been done with malicious intent, it still took shine off of Kimmy and Michael's moment. So after Michael calls off the wedding because of the email she sent, Michael is indecisive about his decision and goes to call off his wedding in person. But Jules sees that he clearly still wants to marry Kimmy and is deeply in love with her.
Have you changed your mind? Do you want to marry Kimmy?
I made a decision. It's over. First, do you think she's all right? Maybe you could go check on her for me.
Jules goes to speak to Kimmy, and she sat across from her so smug, self-assured, delivering this twisted analogy that she had, comparing Kimmy to creme brulee, delicate and refined, while calling herself Jell-O, simple yet satisfying.
You're Michael. You're in a fancy French restaurant. You order creme brulee for dessert. It's beautiful. It's sweet. It's irritatingly perfect. Suddenly, Michael realizes he doesn't want creme brulee. He wants something else. What does he want? Jell-O.
Jell-O? Why does he want Jell-O?
Because he's comfortable with Jell-O. Jell-O makes him comfortable. I realize compared to creme brulee, it's Jell-O, but maybe that's what he needs.
I could be Jell-O.
No. Creme brulee can never be Jell-O. You could never be Jell-O.
Jules believed she was irreplaceable, and that no matter how perfect Kimmy appeared to be, she could never be Jules. Which I don't think she understood that Kimmy wasn't trying to be her. Yes, she wanted a relationship with Jules, but I don't think she wanted to change who she was. What Kimmy didn't realize at that moment was that Jules wasn't simply making a comparison, she was planting a seed of doubt, quietly sabotaging the wedding while pretending to play the role of the concerned friend. To sit there and watch Kimmy in such distress and completely distraught without a shred of sympathy was as manipulative as it was cruel. Jules wasn't interested in what was best for Michael or what would make him happy. She only cared about winning. Like a lot of people out here, the only thing that they care about is saying, I won and you lost. For her, it wasn't even about love anymore. It was about proving that she would always hold a place in Michael's heart that no one else could fill. Watching her relish in Kimmy's anxiety always made me feel so bad for Kimmy, because she really had no idea that the person that she believed she could trust wasn't her friend. It exposed just how self-absorbed and desperate Jules had become. Even when George is telling her the truth and what she needs to hear, She is only concerned with herself and claiming that Kimmy ruined their moment. Girl, what moment? You mean you ruined her moment?
Did he kiss you back?
What do you mean? We were lip to lip.
I mean, was there anything on the other side of that kiss that leads you to believe that this chase will end happily?
That's beside the point. We were interrupted.
Who interrupted you?
Kimmy, she ruined everything. And Michael started chasing her before he could answer me.
Michael's chasing Kimmy.
Yes.
You're chasing Michael.
Yes.
Who's chasing you? Nobody. Get it? There's your answer, Kimmy.
No.
The only reason she let Michael go is because she had no choice, as Michael didn't feel the same way she did, and all of his previous feelings for her had disappeared and his heart was with Kimmy. Which is why I always loved the writer's choice to take the story in a non-cliche direction. Instead of handing Jules the easy win, they showed that real, true love is not some competition or possession. Michael didn't choose the woman who didn't play manipulative games. He chose the one that truly loved him. The ending with Michael marrying Kimmy was a refreshing departure from the tired trope of the best friend swooping in to claim the guy or girl, often neglecting the feelings of the partner who genuinely loved them for some fairy tale. It instead reinforced that love is about trust, respect, and selflessness, qualities that Miss Jules never embodied. And for that reason, she didn't deserve the happy ending she was so determined to steal. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure your notification bells are turned on so that you always know when I upload. And I will catch you guys in the next one.